We'll start off with George. He was saying that Whitney gives him the best vibes. I said, you and who? You and who? Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone is doing okay and everyone is doing well. Another day, another Love Island review. You guys know I definitely try to spice up the episodes in these reviews so that these reviews are enjoyable, but that was a very lackluster episode, and for such a strong week I was very disappointed in today's episode. I'm so sorry, but a lot for us to unpick and unpack, I guess. So yeah, as I usually and always say, number one, if you haven't yet subscribed, be sure to subscribe and definitely join the family, guys. We're on the road to 30k. I cannot believe it. We are on the road to 30k, so please be sure to subscribe and join the family and definitely support the movement. And also be sure to follow me on my Instagram and also my Twitter at SarahDestinyX. But like how why is my tongue twisting? But like I usually and I always say, please get cozy and comfy. Not with the hot ribena today because it is incredibly hot. So I actually have a red grape juice. You know, we need to still keep it within the theme of hot ribena. We need a little grape in there, black currant, all that good stuff. But yeah, get cozy and comfy, guys. Nice drink, nice snacks, and let us get into today's review. So let me start off by saying, like I said, it was a very lackluster episode. I'm sorry. I feel like we had a very strong week for week one, and today's episode just didn't really give for me like that. And I think, I'll be honest with you, I think the reason why it didn't give for me, and also many people as well, was I felt like from the beginning we already knew that today's episode was going to be centered around Molly, and I didn't tune in for Molly Island, that's all I'm gonna say. But let's get into it. So let's start off with Sammy speaking to Molly. I already said this in yesterday's episode. Were we introduced to Sammy yesterday? I don't remember if it was yesterday or the day before. Either way, guys, Sammy is really boring. I'm so sorry. I don't get enough bomb from him. I get shell. Sammy honestly does not give me much, and I don't know if I care for him to give us any more. We do know, of course, he does try to speak with Molly and things like that, and we will also get onto the whole Jess situation as well. But for me, sorry, right now, Sammy is just not giving. I'm very sorry. But anyway, him and Molly were having a conversation, and he was asking her about the whole Mitchell situ, and she was saying, of course, like, you know, you can't be closed off at this stage. So Sammy was 100% trying to flirt with her. We do already know where Molly stands with this whole closed off things, because Mitchell wants to be closed off and she wants to get to know other people. And I guess Sammy's way of flirting is making fun of people's pronunciations. I don't know. But she, of course, was like, you know, she's 21, you guys know, which I still don't believe. Molly definitely looks older. But anyway, she's 21 and she's 22, I believe, on the 26th of August. So he was like, what did you say, 26th? It's not 25th, it's 20. I was just thinking, stop that, please. Okay? I don't know why I was easily irritated today, but that for me, was that flirting or was that annoying? Please let me know. Of course, whilst they were having a conversation, Zach and Mitchell were also having a conversation on the terrace about the whole locked off situ. Very interesting. Mitchell, you were asking your op for advice. Let's make that make sense, okay? And I'm pretty sure that Mitchell knows that Zach and Molly are a thing. They've been talking a lot around the villa. There's been a lot of flirting, and everyone knows that Molly wants to turn her head because she wants to get to know Zach. So Mitchell, for me, it was low-key giving, you know, when people try to be undercover spies, like, oh yeah, like, give me a bit of intel, but he's asking the wrong person. Okay, he really is. So let's move on to Jess now talking to Sammy. Jess was saying that her and Ty have flirty banter. I know she does say that, but we already know that Ty friend zoned her, which is why I still don't understand why Ty decided to kiss her in the challenge, knowing that he had fully friend zoned her. Doesn't make any sense. But I hope Jess knows that's not progressing. Because she was like, oh yeah, like, you know, like, I've been interested in Ty, you know, we've got a lot of flirty banter. But I hope she knows, like we all know outside in, Tyrique is going to give us content because this guy is a flirt, okay? His mouth is very smooth and he's 100% a flirt. So I just want Jess to know that that isn't, you know, it's not progressing further. But Sammy did also say that he did want to get to know Jess, but it is 100% clear to me, if anything, that Sammy is more interested in Molly than he is in Jess. I mean, it's really not rocket science. So let's move on to Molly and Mitchell now having a conversation. And guys, I would love to know your feedback and your views and your thoughts on this, because for me, as much as I felt like I was on one person's side more than another person's side, right now, I think I'm leaning more towards Mitchell. Let me know if you agree or disagree. But I think I am leaning more towards Mitchell than Molly. But at the same time, I do understand where Molly's coming from. So, of course, they were having a conversation and they pretty much nipped it in the bud that she doesn't want to be closed off. And Mitchell, for me, I feel like he was trying to make Molly feel, at first, he was trying to make her feel guilty for deciding to play the game. And I did already say this in my previous reviews. Guys, it's too early. Mitchell telling people he's closed off after 4 to 5 days is not giving a damn thing. I'm sorry. It's too early for you to be, oh yeah, I'm closed off. Why? And being closed off, like I did say in yesterday's review, it has to be a mutual decision. You can't tell other people that you're closed off with me and I'm not closed off with you and then try and make me feel like a bad person. But he did lose me, sorry, when he spoke, when he said, oh, you know, Molly, like, I'm older, I'm wiser, like, I'm not here for this. Okay, cool. I understand you're older, but being older doesn't equate to being wiser, because there's many people that still lack common sense in their very old age, if I'm going to be honest. And for me, I just felt like that angle was definitely like a guilt trip. I mean, you didn't need to mention things like, I'm older, I'm wiser, I know how it is, Molly, like, I just know. It's been 4 to 5 days. You cannot force this girl to be close off with you, even if you feel like there is a major connection there. But on the other hand, all right, on the other hand, when Molly started crying, I'm sorry, I just didn't get it. I'm sorry, I didn't get it. I'm not a heartless person, guys. I do have a lot of emotion in me, and I'm a crybaby too. But I just feel like, once again, she shouldn't allow this situation to overwhelm. We're literally 4 or 5 days in. She shouldn't allow this one guy to overwhelm her or force her into making a decision that's going to make her regret the decisions that she's made during the Love Island experience. So for me, I didn't really understand those tears. I just didn't get it. I'm sorry, I didn't get it, because on top of that, she said she wanted space, and now he's confirming that he's going to give her space. So I feel like she should have just held her head up high and literally just kept it moving, because like I said, it's been 4 to 5 days and I just felt like the tears were just a bit of an overreaction for me. But Whitney, of course, Molly, after she finished crying, she went to go see the girls, and Whitney was like, never let them see you sweat. Okay, period, point blank. Guys, I love Whitney. I know a lot of people are not happy with her. Some people think she's too loud, she's too extra, but I think I love her because she's been her true, authentic self. And many people that enter the villa, they're not their true, authentic self. So I'm definitely here for Whitney. But yeah, they're just kind of giving her a pep talk to let her know that she shouldn't cry. Once again, I don't really know why she was crying, but they're just letting her know that everything was going to be okay. But like I said, let me know down below, are you team Mitchell, are you team Molly, are you team none, are you team both? Like, defo let me know, because I just think the situation isn't going to end, and that's what's very annoying. I know the storyline is still going to see itself into next week, and I need them to wrap it up, because I'm not here to watch Molly Island. Let's briefly move on to Medhi speaking with Whitney. Guys, I cannot take this seriously. I'm so sorry. And on one side of things, I can't take it seriously, but on the other side of things, I want to see it, because I know they're not taking it seriously. But it was actually hilarious. Of course, Whitney did say in her confessionals, like, you know, Medhi's giving, like, he's just giving. But you guys know I like Medhi, so don't get me wrong, I really like Medhi and I do like Whitney. I just don't see that working. I'm sorry, I just don't see that working. But for right now, they're definitely giving me vibes and giving me banter, so let's see. Next, I'll move on to Molly and Zach. Those tears dried up very quickly. Success City girls up. Okay, but they were having a conversation, and they were speaking about taking things slow, and the fact that, yeah, it's okay, still early days, but we're definitely going to speak about things later. My thing is, in all of this, I don't know, I'm so dramatic. Anyway, my thing is, in all of this, has Zach pulled Catherine for a chat to let him know the situ that he's in with Molly? Because I don't think I've seen it. Either the Love Island producers are just not giving us the scenes that we need to see, or 2, he hasn't really spoken to Catherine like that, which I find very interesting and very suspect. And I understand, like I said, it's a game show. Talk to who you want to talk to, but I haven't seen him and Catherine speak once in like how many episodes. So they do kiss at night. Okay, but yeah, very interesting there. Okay, very interesting. We do know, of course, there is a recoupling at the end, but I don't even feel like that recoupling is going to stop Molly and Zach from having a conversation or still wanting to get to explore options there. Okay, we are not blind, and we can definitely see something is still going to happen. Now let's move on to Jess, Ella and Ty talking about Jess's date with Sammy. Ella thinks she's slick. Okay, Ella was just like, yeah, you like him, you know, he's tight, you're this, you're that. She's doing this because she's basically letting Jess know, Oga, let your eyes go off my man. Tyrique is not up for sale. So very interesting. But once again, it's a shame, because I feel like people are really trying to push Jess to, you know, really, oh yeah, there is something with Sammy, something. But Sammy isn't as interested in Jess as she thinks he is. He's definitely more interested in Molly. But yeah. Also, side note, Ella's fillers, they're starting to calm down a bit, which I really like, because initially those fillers were looking really sharp, guys, let's just be honest. And like I said, I've been on her IG, she's a pretty girl. I don't know why she got fillers just before entering the villa, but they're starting to settle a bit, so we're really starting to see that natural beauty again, because those cheeks were sharp. Okay, they were sharp. Now let's move on to the following morning. We'll talk about some of the guys' chats and some of the girls' chats, because they don't chill as a team, if that makes sense. Like, the guys are really split into 2 and the girls are split up as well. So the morning chats are very interesting, but we'll just touch on a few things. We'll start off with George. He was saying that Whitney gives him the best vibes. I said, you and who? You and who? Guys, have I missed something here? George and Whitney, where? I don't think I've even seen them say hi to one another. So for me, that was very interesting. For me, it was given George is starting to see that if he doesn't couple up with someone quick, he's going to be in trouble. And the other girls are low-key taken, so he's trying to see who is free. But for him trying to even force that, he is very unserious. Let's move on to Ty. He was talking to, why do I call him Ty? His name's definitely Tyrique. Not me trying to shorten his name. Anyway, let me just say Ty. But yeah, let's move on to Ty and Zach. They were talking, and Ty did say that he feels that Zach is more attracted to Molly more than he is attracted to Catherine. And maybe the reason why he should get to know Molly a bit more is because he hasn't really given her a chance, because him and Catherine have been together since he came to the villa. Zach actually agreed as well, which is very interesting, which is why I said, like, once again, I know we did have the recoupling at the end, but this is not going to stop Zach and Molly from wanting to get to know and speak to one another. So I just wish, I want Catherine to, because right now I feel like she's been really chilled about it, and that's not a bad thing, because like I said, a lady needs to be chilled, but at the same time she needs to know that she's not only talking to her op, but she's also talking to someone who wants to tell and steal and take her man. My tongue is twisting, I don't know why, but she's talking to someone who wants to take her man. So I just want Catherine to just step it up a notch, because right now, you guys know, we definitely stand her, but I'm just not really seeing much. I think she seems quite comfortable, and I don't know, I think we need more. I think that's what I'm trying to say. I think we definitely need more, because Zach and Molly potentially is still going to become a thing. And we'll move into the girls briefly. All I wrote down was that Tyrique brought Ella an iced coffee. Tyrique makes me laugh, guys. I tweeted this as well, but Tyrique may be the first light-skinned guy that I find attractive, which is very interesting. Okay, but Tyrique is good vibes, guys. I know he is defo interesting. He's an interesting character, but I honestly feel like he is going to cause so much chaos, and I'm honestly here for it, and I'm also waiting. Now let's move on to Whitney speaking to Sammy. She said that her top 3 is George, Andre and Medhi. Once again, the producers need to produce. I'm sorry, we're not seeing the right scenes, because when have we ever seen Whitney and George even say hi or bye to one another? So very interesting that she said that he is part of her top 3. We already know about the Andre situation, and we also know about Mehdi. Now let's move on to Whitney speaking to George. Guys, I wrote a few notes here. Number 1 was they're wasting our time. Okay, it looks like George was even just overly thinking about what he wanted to say. I just didn't really understand that whole conversation whatsoever. George said, of course, he was like, he's not really that smart. And Whitney was like, yeah, she got 12 GCSEs and blah, 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 blah. And then he said the root of square 2, like he doesn't know the root of square 2. His English and maths have failed him. Okay? The root, what is the root of square 2? The root of square 2. Okay. But yeah, like I said, I just don't understand when that started, and I just feel like the producers really needed to show us more scenes so that when George and Whitney did decide to speak, it wouldn't have caught all of us off guard. In closing, George just say that he's out of his comfort zone, but he's liking the vibe. For me, that said he's out of his comfort zone, i.e. she's black, and yeah. Because I don't understand that. What do you mean I'm out of my comfort zone? What does that even mean? Let me know what that means. If you know what that means, please let me know down below. So let's move on to Andre and Medhi talking, and Andre was letting Medhi know that he likes to vibe with Ruchee and he wants to get to him. And I said yes. Guys, you guys already know. I said this I think in 2 reviews ago. Maybe 2 or 3, I don't know. But Andre and Ruchee make a lot of sense. I needed them to shine their eyes even earlier than this point. Guys, I absolutely love Andre and Ruchee together. They work, okay? They definitely work. I think someone said a tweet once that they're going to be our, was it the UK Big Sean and Janae Aiko? People are actually not serious. But I do like Andre and Ruchee together, okay? I'm here for it. I stand, and I really love to see that develop because they actually look very well suited together. Now, of course, the Islanders ended up getting a text that there was going to be a recoupling tonight. We already knew about the recoupling because they did announce it at the beginning of the week, and the girls will be able to pick, and the guy not picked will be dumped. Okay, so of course, let's move on to the nighttime before we get into the recoupling. A few chats that happened here and there. Mitchell and Jess were having a conversation. I think Mitchell, once again, doing undercover MI5, he wanted to find out, oh, you know, like, who do you think Molly's going to pick? Once again, like I said, the situation is very interesting, but I just feel like Mitchell just should have played it a bit more cool. I mean, him saying he's closed off 3-4 days in, for me, it was giving game plan, it was giving very interesting, and yeah, I just wasn't really here for that. Of course, another conversation that took place was Zach and Sammy. Guys, I don't understand what he was saying. I don't know what Zach was saying. I'm sorry. I actually don't know what Zach was saying. He was like, oh, like, you know, I already picked her to show my interest in her, so now she picks me, then it will show that she's interested in me. I just kind of feel like people had high expectations for Zach. I know he did, guys. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Just take a sip. Delish. But I know he had high expectations for Zach as well, but those expectations are low now. I feel like, you know, let's get into the recoupling and then I'll give my feedback on what I think is still going to happen in the coming episodes. So, now recoupling time, the islanders had gathered around the fire pit. Sorry guys, that was too good. Oh my gosh, that drink tastes so refreshing. Anyway, yeah. So, let's start off with Ella. Ella ended up choosing Tyrique. Guys, like I said, I really like Tyrique as a character, but I know he's going to be very unserious in a relationship. So it's very interesting to see that Ella is really falling for him. And I honestly feel like Tyrique is going to cause so much damage when Castle Moore comes. Guys, Tyrique, you just even looking at him, you just know. Guys, you actually just know. But Ella, of course, ended up choosing Tyrique. Ruchee ended up choosing Andre, and I said I absolutely love them together. I think they look really good together, and I love the fact that, no, not I love the fact, I hate the fact that the producers haven't shown us much more of them, because we see little glimpses of them hugging and cuddling just before bed and things like that, and then we don't see anything for an entire episode, and then we find out that they like each other. So I'd really love to see more of Ruchee and Andre's scenes in the 1 hour episode. Catherine ended up choosing Zach. No surprise there. I'm surprised why they didn't allow Molly to choose first, knowing that she's in a dilemma. But anyway, Catherine ended up choosing Zach. He seemed really pleased. You know, they were definitely giggling and definitely smiling. But once again, like, he hasn't discussed with Catherine that he wants to get to know Molly. So my thing is, even though Catherine did pick him, I know it's not going to close doors with him wanting to get to know Molly as well. So very interesting. Molly ended up choosing Mitch. Very interesting as well. Not saying that I didn't think she wasn't going to choose him, but with all the tears and all the crying and all the chaos, I definitely thought, sorry, that she was going to choose Sammy. But what was making me scream was when she chose Mitch, which was just like, I'm just thinking, babe, like, relax. Okay, relax, because she chose you only because Catherine chose Zach. Let's put 2 and 2 together, guys. I mean, there's no other option there. Like, I feel like Molly only chose Mitch because she didn't have a choice. And that's the truth, okay? That's the real tea. Of course, Jess ended up choosing Sammy. What was interesting, I'm so sad. What was interesting but also sad was when Jess was choosing the guys and giving her speech, the guys didn't even really look like they cared too tough, and I think that's just genuinely because none of the guys in the villa are really interested in Jess. So I feel like Jess just chose Sammy just to, of course she had to be safe and keep him in the villa, but of course she doesn't have a choice. Okay? She doesn't have a choice. I hope someone does come in for her soon, because I think Jess she's okay. Okay? Let me not say too much. She's okay for now, and everyone deserves a chance. Let's say that. Of course, that means that Whitney was left to choose between Medhi and George. Guys, I was screaming because of all people to be left with. Someone needs to I need them to send someone in for Whitney, someone serious, because I don't understand that one. But I already knew she was going to choose Medhi. She has had more chat with Medhi than she has with George, who's saying, oh, out of my comfort zone. Okay, but yeah, she's definitely had more chat with Medhi, so there was no surprise there. And of course, with her choosing Medhi, George ended up being sent home. What's so funny is, if you guys follow me on Twitter, I have tweeted this over the past couple of nights that George shouldn't unpack. Okay, because he's leaving very soon, and look what happened. Lo and behold, guys, lo and behold, so George is on his way back to the UK. Funny, because a lot of people actually cancelled him before he entered the villa. If you know, you know. If you don't know, go on Google, definitely do your research. But overall, yeah, like I said, lackluster episode. For a very strong week, I was quite disappointed in today, but it's annoying because I know the Molly storyline is still going to continue to next week, so I just want them to wrap it up, because I don't know if I care about that too tough. But I'm assuming and hoping that more people are going to enter the villa very soon, maybe another bombshell or 2. And yeah, Castle Royale's not happening for at least like another 2 weeks, so we don't need to think or talk about that right now. But yeah, I just want Catherine to give us a bit more. I don't feel like I'm seeing much of her personality in regards to all of the girls. I'm seeing a bit more of the other girls apart from Catherine and Ruchee, so I hope they give us more scenes to do with them. But yeah, guys, those are my thoughts on today's episode. Yeah, what did you guys think of today's episode? As always, please let me know down below. Overall, I would still say, even though today's episode was whack, I would still say that this was a strong week. I mean, this is week 1 of Love Island, and it definitely gave us content, it gave us vibes, it gave us character, and also gave us laughs. And I'm really, really, really excited for the remaining 7 weeks. Child, 7 more weeks. But yeah, guys, this is the final review of today's week. So no review tomorrow. So I shall see you on Sunday, God willing, because I have a birthday dinner on Sunday. So it depends on the time I get home and if I can catch up in time and stuff like that. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys have a lovely weekend. Thank you so much for rocking with me. It has been an amazing week. I'm so glad to be back doing these reviews, and I'm so thankful for your love and also for your support. It doesn't go unnoticed. If you haven't yet subscribed, be sure to subscribe. Road to 30,000. I know that is right. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Please do take care. Stay blessed. I love you loads, and I shall see you on Sunday. Bye.